Did you know that in Texas, you could technically get arrested for selling your eyeballs? Or that owning more than 6 adult toys is illegal? Yeah, I'm not making this up. Texas, the second largest state in America, home to cowboys, barbecue, and apparently some of the most bizarre laws you've ever heard of. Today, we're diving into 10 laws in Texas that sound completely fake, but are 100% real. And trust me, number 7 is going to blow your mind. Let's get into it. Before we jump into these crazy laws, let's talk about Texas for a second. With nearly 30 million people, Texas is massive. It has its own unique culture, its own power grid, and apparently, its own set of wild legal rules that nobody bothered to remove from the books. Now, here's the thing. Many of these laws are old, outdated, and rarely enforced. But technically, they're still on the books, which means if a cop wanted to, they could cite you for breaking them. So whether you live in Texas, planning to visit, or just love weird trivia, this video is for you. All right, let's count down from number 10 to number 1, from weird to absolutely insane. Starting at number 10, it's illegal to shoot a buffalo from the second story of a hotel. In Texas, you cannot shoot a buffalo from a hotel's second story. Now, you're probably thinking, why would anyone do that? Well, back in the 1800s, buffalo hunting was huge. Cowboys and hunters would literally sit in hotel windows and shoot buffalo for sport. Texas eventually passed this law to protect buffalo populations. But here's the funny part. Shooting a buffalo from the first floor? Totally fine. Ground level? Also fine. Just don't go upstairs with your rifle. I guess Texas lawmakers were very specific about their buffalo protection strategy. Number 9. You can't own more than 6 adult toys. Okay, this one's awkward but real. In Texas, owning more than 6 obscene devices, yes, that's the legal term, is illegal. Why 6? Nobody knows. 5 is fine. 6 is the limit. 7 makes you a criminal. This law was passed in the 1970s under obscenity statutes, and believe it or not, there have been actual court cases about this. In 2008, a woman was even arrested for selling these items. The law is still technically active, though it's rarely enforced today. But imagine being the cop who has to count someone's drawer. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you're good. Wait, is that a 7th? You're under arrest. Absolutely wild. Number 8. It's illegal to milk someone else's cow. This one makes sense, kind of. In Texas, milking another person's cow without permission is illegal. Fair enough. That's theft, right? But the weird part is how specific the law is. It's not just about stealing milk. The law literally focuses on the act of milking. So if you sneak onto someone's ranch and milk their cow, you're breaking a special law. But if you steal the entire cow, that's a different law. Texas really wanted to make sure cow milking thieves got their own legal category. And honestly, in a state with over 4 million cattle, I guess they had to cover all bases. Number 7. It's illegal to sell your eyes. All right, this is where things get dark. In Texas, it is illegal to sell your organs for money, and that specifically includes your eyeballs. Now, you might think, well, duh, that makes sense everywhere. But Texas took it a step further. The law explicitly mentions eyes, kidneys, hearts, and other organs. You can donate them after death, but you cannot sell them while alive. This law exists because back in the day, there was a black market for organ sales, and Texas wanted to crack down hard. But here's the creepy part. The law doesn't say you can't sell someone else's eyes, just your own. So technically, never mind, let's not go there. Point is, keep your eyeballs. They're worth more attached to your face. Number 6. You must acknowledge a supreme being to hold public office. Now this one's controversial. According to the Texas Constitution, to hold any public office in Texas, you must acknowledge the existence of a supreme being. Yep, that's written into law. Now, before you freak out, this law has been challenged in federal courts and is basically unenforceable because of the U.S. Constitution's separation of church and state. But it's still technically in the Texas Constitution. Several states had similar laws, but most removed them. Texas? Nope, still there. So if you're an atheist running for office in Texas, don't worry. You can't actually be disqualified. But it's wild that the law still exists on paper. Number 5. It's illegal to dust public buildings with a feather duster. This one sounds made up, but it's real. In Clarendon, Texas, there's a law that says you cannot dust any public building with a feather duster. Why? Because of health concerns. Back in the early 1900s, Feather dusters were thought to spread dust and germs rather than remove them, so Clarendon banned them in public spaces. You had to use a cloth or a broom instead. Now, is anyone enforcing this today? Probably not. But technically, if you walk into the Clarendon City Hall with a feather duster, you're breaking the law. So maybe just bring a Swiffer. Number 4. Criminals must give 24-hour notice before committing a crime. Okay, this is my favorite. In Texas, criminals are legally required to give their victims 24 hours notice before committing a crime. Yes, you read that right. Imagine a burglar calling you. Hey, just a heads up, I'm robbing your house tomorrow at 3 p.m. Thanks. Obviously, this law is impossible to enforce and makes zero sense. But it exists because lawmakers wanted to emphasize premeditated crime as more serious. It was symbolic. Still, the fact that it's written into law is hilarious. If only criminals were this polite. Number 3. It's illegal to take more than 3 sips of beer while standing. In Texas, if you're standing up, you can only take 3 sips of beer. After that, you legally have to sit down. Why? Nobody really knows. This law likely came from old blue laws meant to curb public drunkenness. The idea was that if people had to sit down to drink, they'd drink slower and behave better. But 3 sips? That's oddly specific. Now, is any bartender counting your sips? No. But technically, on your 4th sip while standing, you're a lawbreaker. So next time you're at a Texas bar, maybe just grab a chair. Number 2. You can't shoot a camel. In Texas, it is illegal to shoot a camel. Yes, a camel. In Texas. Let me explain. Back in the 1850s, the U.S. Army actually imported camels to Texas for a military experiment. They thought camels would be perfect for desert travel in the Southwest. Spoiler alert, it didn't work out. But some camels escaped and roamed wild in Texas for years. To protect them, Texas passed a law making it illegal to shoot them. And that law? Still on the books. So if you ever see a camel wandering around West Texas, which, honestly, you probably won't, don't shoot it. You'll be breaking a 170-year-old law. And number 1, the entire Encyclopedia Britannica is banned. The craziest law of all. In Texas, the Encyclopedia Britannica was banned for years. Why? Because it contained a recipe for making beer at home. Back during Prohibition and even after, Texas had strict laws about alcohol. And since the Encyclopedia Britannica included detailed instructions on homebrewing, Texas decided the whole encyclopedia set was illegal. Think about that. One of the most respected educational resources in the world, banned in Texas because of one beer recipe. Eventually, this law was lifted, but for decades, owning a full set of Encyclopedia Britannica could technically get you in trouble. Knowledge is power, but in Texas, it was also illegal. So there you have it. 10 of the craziest laws in Texas that are still technically on the books. From shooting buffalo to banning encyclopedias, Texas has some truly wild legal history. Now, would you actually get arrested for any of these today? Probably not. But it's fascinating to see how laws evolve, or in this case, don't evolve over time. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more shocking facts about America, and let me know in the comments, which law shocked you the most? Or better yet, do you know any crazy laws from your state? Drop them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.